Welcome everybody to the Neighbor Starleague down here at the Next Gen Arena Live. My name is Valdez. Joining with me is Moonglade today, and we're going to start things off quickly here with an interview with Kanata and Sojung and some of the players.
So only two will advance from tonight. Hey guys, this is Sojung, and we're going to be talking to Deer and Light.
인터뷰를 나눠보도록 하겠습니다. 선수들 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요 이승현 선수.
안녕하세요.
네, 설 잘 지냈나요?
He's asking if they
네, 잘
spent
지내고
New Year's well, Chinese New
잘
Year's.
지내고 왔다는 건
He says yes.
연습실에 있었던 게 아니라 고향에 내려갔다는 소리인데
And he's asking if Light was
고향에 내려가서
practicing
재충전을
or visited
잘하고
his
왔나요?
house.
네, 잘하고 왔어요.
And he says he's
맛있는 것도 많이
recharged
먹고요.
really well. He went
뭘
back to his
먹었나요?
house to spend
가장
Chinese
기억에
New
남는
Year.
음식이랄까?
And he's asking what his favorite food was. Memorable food.
없군요. 알겠습니다.
And he says none.
네, 부모님께서 인상 깊은 음식을 안 해주셨나 봐요.
He's asking if his
맞아요?
parents didn't get him good
해명할 기회를
food.
드릴게요.
해명할 필요 없어요.
할 필요 없는 것 같아요.
네.
네, 어머님 안 보고 계셨으면 좋겠네요.
네.
I hope his mom isn't watching.
알겠습니다. 백동준 선수,
네.
똑같은 질문을 드리겠습니다.
And we're gonna ask the same thing
설
here
연휴 때 뭐하고
also.
지냈나요?
저는 집에 안 가고 연습했어요.
He says he
아, 그래요?
practiced
네.
and he didn't go
이승현
home.
선수와의 경기를 앞두고
네.
원래 고향에 내려갈 수도 있을 텐데
근데
Yeah, he's asking why he didn't go.
중요하다고 생각해서 네,
And
he says
이번
practicing
경기가
was
상당히 좀
important
중요하다고
for me.
생각을 한 건 상대방이 아무래도 현재 저그 원탑이라는
Well,
이야기를
Deer is
듣고
going
있는
against
네,
number
이승현
one
선수
Zerg right
경기인가요?
now.
네. 유일한 양대리거 아닌가요?
And he
8강.
says
지금 8강에
Light is the only one
유일한
left
8강 양대리거 맞나요, 이승현
for
선수?
both individual leagues over round
모르겠답니다.
8.
백동준 선수가 아무래도 2013년이죠. 최고의 전성기를
Well,
달리다가
Deer had his best year in
2014년에 잠깐 좀 주춤하고
2013,
이제 15년 오늘 바로
and
이승현을
he had his
잡게 되면
downs for
최근에
2014.
토스들이
And if he
상당히
wins
좀
against
원탑 그 경쟁에
Light
올라와 있는
tonight,
선수가 많이
Deer will be
없어요.
able to put his name up for the
백동준
best
선수의
products.
이름을 찾아보기가 상당히
And
힘듭니다.
it's really hard to see
오늘이 기회일 것
Deer's
같아요.
name
어떤가요?
right now on that list.
네, 오늘만 이기면 저도 우승할 수 있을
And Deer is
거라고
saying that I think I'll be able to
생각하고,
win this league if I go up
집에 안 가고
today.
열심히 연습했기
And that's why I didn't go
때문에
home for
오늘
Chinese
이길
New Year's and I practiced
네.
really well.
이승현 선수는 뭐 부담 같은 거 없나요? 뭐 이제
And
팀
Kanata
이적하기도
is asking
했고
if Light
현재
put any
저그
pressures.
원탑으로서 정말 최고의 상승세를
Being
달리고
the number
있는데
one Zerg right
거기에
now.
대한 부담감도 없진 않을 것 같아요.
네, 부담도 좀 많이 되는데
Well, I do get a bit of
그래서
pressure.
이번에 진짜 열심히 준비해왔거든요.
And that's why I
이기고
practiced
싶어서.
really hard today for this.
좋은 경기력을
So I'll try
보여드리고
to show really good matches tonight.
끝으로 이승현 선수에게 궁금한 건 팀원에서 특별히 팀원 중에
And
이승현
lastly, what we
선수를
wanna
가장
ask
잘
Light
챙겨주는 선수나
Is if
선수가
there's
있을까요?
anyone in particular taking care of Life really well for, at KD Roaster.
다잘 챙겨주는 것 같아요, 전부 다.
And he says
특별히 없는 것
everyone.
같네요.
No one in
농담이고요.
particular.
알겠습니다. 이렇게 해서 두 선수의 인터뷰를 전해드렸고요.
Well, we've talked
잠시
to both
후에
of them.
본 경기로 돌아오도록 하겠습니다.
And this was Kanata and Sojung.
라인인데요. 고병재 라인.
이적 나왔어요 이제.
언덕 위쪽에 일단은 지뢰 왼쪽.
추적자가 지금 길을 막고 있고 쪽 잡는 걸 빨리 잡아야.
뒤쪽 EMP 한 방.
들어가지 EMP.
위에 폭포. 자 이렇게 막아놨고요.
그러려고 이제 추적자를 더 추월을 한 게 아니라 파티를 이 타이밍에 안 들어왔으면 김명희 선수의 빌드가 좋았겠죠. 좋은 빌드였겠죠.
컨트롤. 폭포가 느리죠.
자, 폭풍함이 살아있는 집중관이 굉장히 많습니다.
42초.
일단 그리고 광전사를 찍어야 돼요. 광전사를.
달려왔죠 이미. 도착하는 순간 느낌이 왔습니다. 김진호.
대규모 기아, 3cm 대규모 기아리죠.
네. 원기 얼마나 멀리 갔다고요. 바꿔줘 다시 던집니다.
6개가 마무리가 되네요.
그대로 갑니다.
저글링. 이승을 하면 저글링이 이런 말들이 있었는데 다른 일이 필요가 없네요, 이승현. 그렇죠. 앞바람 쪽에 저글링이 이 정도까지 들어왔고 동력 끊겼고 이랬을 때 이미 경기가
최신
많았는데
이승현.
Okay, guys, we're back. It's me, Valdez, here with Moonglade in the booth. We had a bit of a
made it, man.
crazy start, but we have landed, and we're
Yeah,
ready to
dude.
start. We're ready to start the cast now.
Setting up the Observer PC as Sojung was translating, and we managed to get in before they started anything. Thank
Yeah,
God for
Moonglade
that.
was actually doing a handstand
There-
while that was happening.
There was
like-
a dude in here underneath us all fixing that up. God bless him, and really great job to Sojung for actually getting all that focus in and translating.
She was like leaning back, like not trying to touch anything. She's like, and he says that I didn't have any food, but yeah.
Well, all I got to say is thank God we get to use an observer PC for Life versus Deer.
Oh, yes.
I am so hyped to see Life this game. I mean, it's his first match as a KT player.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what they've done to him in that short period of time since he's joined.
I was kind of sad they didn't ask him more questions about KT. They were like, how are things over there? Is everybody taking care of you? Like, is anyone in particular, like, looking after you? And he's just like, nah, things are just good.
Well, that's life. That's life in general. He's just super uninterested. He's just like Mario. He's like, they're cool, I guess. I think it must be a bit of a shake-up for him, though, going from StarTale for the longest time. He was there for the very beginning of his StarCraft career into such a hardcore Kesper team, one of the top Kesper teams.
Yeah, and that like turns into our first question here. Is that gonna affect him in a negative way or maybe a positive way? Maybe he was able to practice with some of the guys over there and get some more insight into who Deer is as a player.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, how do you better a player like Life who is just ridiculously talented, has already the world champion and constantly winning stuff, already won a tournament this year.
Yeah.
Where do you go from there? Do you just let him do his own thing, or do you try and even improve on that?
That's a good question, Moonglade. But first, guys, I want to let you know, if you come down to the studio down here at the Neighbor Starleague on Thursdays, you can get a mouse pad, possibly signed by one of the players after they win. They also are giving out some collective edition Warlords of Draenor expansion packs for World of Warcraft, as well as some headsets. There's also some free Red Bull. I'm not sure if it's Red Bull, but there's some drinks and snacks being given out as well. And you can join the raffle down there if you did come to the studio. For you guys in the studio, if you are listening with the headsets, you probably can join that, even if you are a foreigner, so go ahead and do that. Go stand online. It's not scary, trust me. And here we have the brackets. It's going to be Deer versus Life here in game number 1. Or I guess set number 1 here, and that's going to be Dream versus Super a little bit later on. And we have the results of the first week there as well. You and Wolf casted that one. It was a quick one, I heard.
It was very one-sided, yeah. Stats and Mario just dominating their matches. But this week should be a little bit more challenging, I think. We'll have to wait and see what Deer is going to bring to the table, though. I think Life is definitely favored in this one, especially coming out of his kind of Protoss group of death, defeating Classic and Hero. And Super versus Dream should be a lot of fun. We actually saw Dream lose yesterday in GSL to some Zergs, funnily enough. And that guy is meant to be sick against Zergs, so I don't know what happened that day. I haven't had a chance to see it just yet either.
Yeah, me and you were casting yesterday as well, so we didn't get a chance to watch those games just yet. Really want to see exactly what happened. But, of course, this is a different matchup. He is going to be going up against Protoss. I hope he didn't lose his GSL group against a couple of Zergs because he was practicing for Protoss.
Well, that would be
awkward.
That would be awkward and kind of weird, yeah. It's a bit of a challenging week for Dream. And Super, you know, he's not a bad player by any means. He's the only player here that's not in a Kesper team. So that's kind of a cool thing. It's kind of like the underdog, this player that's still living on
Dark Horse.
That foreigner team hope. He wants to travel still. He wants to get out there and see the world. And then still he can mix it with the best Koreans in Korea, which is something not many people can do.
Yeah, man, this guy just makes it happen somehow. Gets through some of these matches that people say, oh, there's no way he's going to make it through. But he somehow just makes it through. He's proven time and again that switching over to Invasion Esports has not hurt his play at all. Moving off the Korean team, of course. But let's take a look here at Deer. He's got some pretty decent stats, especially versus Protoss. He's 8-2. But against Zerg, he is 5-5. So it seems to be, at least in his recent 10 matches, his weakest lineup here.
Yeah, he did face a loss to Dark in his most recent PVZs. I believe once, even in Pro League, he also faced a loss to Dark. You know, so he's kind of had a rough time in recent times in that matchup. But besides that, we haven't seen that much of it. I mean, there has been a bit of a break in Pro League, and it's obviously that SSL is once a week. He is knocked out of GSL as well. So he's having a bit of a rough time. You
know what? He said during the interview, he said that he did not go home for the holidays, actually. He went and he stayed in the team house and he practiced the entire day long. And this guy has prepared so much for this match specifically because he knows how hard it's going to be. But of course, if you do practice more than your opponent, you can take a game on any given day. And here is his opponent. It's Life, the best Zerg in the world. You see pretty outstanding results across the board versus every single race, even though he says that versus Protoss is his worst matchup and is least confident in this matchup, he still somehow is able to take wins.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that like he can still beat the best in the world even though it's his most unfavorable matchup. He just doesn't like it. He's not very confident in it, which is why we see him play very aggressively with Speedlings, especially Speedling all-ins actually in a lot of these matchups. And the last we saw of Life, he ended up destroying his GSL group, beating Yoda and Itsulki in just a week ago, I think. And yeah, man, he's just he doesn't like this matchup compared to his DBZ and his ZVT, but he can still make it work. It'll have to depend on the maps as to how he's going to play, how aggressive he's going to play, but I'm sure we're going to see a lot of Speedlings.
Yeah, there are the KT coaches, of course. If you guys have not heard the news, where have you been? Get out from under your rock. Life is on KT Rollster now. And that's a pretty big deal, the two coaches coming down to support him. But here's a bunch of stats. Looks like for Deer. Okay, so this is versus race. You guys can see a little bit over there his ratios, how often he plays against certain races, and also his win ratios. Win rates over there on the right. Seems like versus Protoss is very, very strong, whereas his versus Zerg is at 33% currently. And I guess this is SSL GSL Pro League 2014, December 1st after that.
Oh, okay. So it
Since then,
not
all
too
of the
late.
results in SSL, GSL, and Pro League. So basically all the Korean tournaments.
Right. That's actually pretty good statistics. That's
Yeah, I
not
actually
too
like
out
this.
of date. That's like within 3 months, which I think is probably the furthest you'd want to go back before you start questioning, are they relevant? And
Yeah, and it's also the quote-unquote beginning of the 2015 kind of season, because we did have qualifiers in December as well that you and I casted for SSL, so
yeah, that's right.
it does make sense. And here are the stats for Life. He doesn't quite play against a lot of Zergs. And as you see there over on the right, look at that 92.31% win against Terran. That's a 12-1 win ratio.
Yeah, that is insane. And I mean, as we can see from the statistics, not his favorite matchup is ZVP. Currently at that, what is it, 43% of all his, or 46% rim rate. So not the best by far considering what else he has, but he can still make it work when it counts. Obviously, you can just take it from his group stage matches against Classic and against Hero, where he defeated them both. So I don't know what to think of it exactly.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what kind of builds he's going to bring out here against Deer, because this is no longer like a best of 3 against Classic, you know, or against Hero, or against any other Protoss. This is a best of 5 versus Deer, a guy who's been practicing specifically for your style. This one player he's been practicing for. So he's going to know, okay, Life's going to be aggressive. I just have to be safe. And how is Life going to deal with that? That's what I want to know.
Well, look at these maps. We did see Merry-Go-Round banned out for Deer. That's not a surprise whatsoever. Protoss hates this map against Zerg. And Life banning out King Sejong Station.
That's like a Life ban. He's done that before. He just doesn't really like playing that map against Protoss, I guess.
Starting things off with Nimbus, which is a bit of a tricky one for Life. I think he's definitely getting one of the harder maps out of the way first.
Yeah. It's been a long time since we've seen Nimbus, right?
Yeah, well, everyone
I don't
gets rid of
remember
it.
the last time we actually saw that.
No one wants to play this map, and I can't remember the last time I saw a ZVP on this map, but it can get pretty ugly in the late game for Zerg especially. I definitely favor Deer in the first map. Then after that, it kind of goes into the standard sort of map rotation, and with Foxtrot being the last map, which is no doubt going to be the map that Life wants to play on, but obviously doesn't want to go to the 5th game.
Look at that. Life's win ratios get successively better and better as we go along there. Foxtrot Labs being 6-1. But guys, let's go into game number 1 here. It's going to be Deer versus Life on Nimbus for set number 1 of the round of 8. Here we go. PVZ, let's jump into the game. Up here in the top left in the red, the Protoss player from Samsung Galaxy Con. It is Deer.
And the brand spanking new KT Rolsters player in the bottom left is Life.
Yeah, man, this guy has never played a game before. He is totally new.
Never played a game before, and god damn, that uniform looks sexy on him.
Oh, yeah, man. The second I saw that, I'm like, yes, it makes sense. I like it.
Like, yum!
Yeah.
Tastes delicious.
This is, I think KT, like, almost instantly becomes the best team. I guess, well, I guess you can't really say that with SK Telecom just kind of dominating
They should just
the
give
entire round one.
Let's just face it, they should give KT the trophy. let's pack it in now.
Moonlade calling the shots here.
Let's go home, man.
Let's just not play any more StarCraft. Let's just give it to them because they have Life.
I think if StarCraft ended today and Life got the trophy, I think everyone would be okay with that, right?
Yeah, man. I would definitely not disagree with you there.
We are seeing the expansion on the low ground. I like this a lot from Life.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why, because the creep spread. The creep spread will be on the map a lot sooner, which is pretty important on this map. Look where those fourth bases are, Valdez. They are grossly in the middle of the map.
Yeah, they're quite far out there. I mean, at least he is going to be able to expand away from his opponent, but it's going to be hard to connect the creep, first of all. Second of all, you know, Zealot run-bys is something that a lot of top Protosses love to do against top Zergs, and it's going to be hard to defend there. Maybe you're going to have to put up a couple spines. It's going to be really annoying to defend. And,
yep, that's always going to happen, especially in a map like this because it is so big. And no doubt there's going to be a lot of Warp Prism play. Fantastic on this map because of the airspace around that natural and main base and third base. And yeah, I mean, it comes down to how the game's going to pan out. But if it goes to Zerg going to 4 base, Protoss getting an easy 3 base on this map especially, we can definitely see that late game kind of composition go in. Swarm Host can try and be on this map, but you can't really cut the map in half nearly as easy as just about any other map in the game.
Yeah, very, very true. We do have Life going for double hats before pool, getting gas even before his pool. So he is going pretty greedy here, and it makes sense. I mean, it's an Nimbus. It's a huge map. It's not. He knows that the Protoss is not going to be attacking him anytime soon.
Yeah.
We do see that Deer did not go for any kind of Nexus first shenanigans. He did at least get his Cybernetics core.
Well, it's Life you're playing against too, so you're like, do I have to be prepared for a 6 pool or a 10 pool? Like, a lot of these questions are left unanswered because Life is so aggressive. Just randomly, he'll throw that out there. And I love that sign we saw before, actually. I read it first and I'm like, Pimba, but actually it was P-Imba.
Was it really?
Yeah, man. I just randomly saw it like as I was
the whole
looking.
sign was in Chinese. How did? What?
Well, like the top thing was said P-Imba.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I like that. And they are pretty Imba on this map, man. It's not going to be an easy map for Life, but he has something planned.
Yeah, well, it seems like the first tech choice here for Deer is Stargate. Pretty standard pick on this map. It's pretty good. You want to get those Overlords out of the way, as well as Oracle Harass at the backdoor bases is pretty strong, especially if the Zerg is not expecting it, but I'm sure Life is going to eventually send in that Overlord and try to get the scout in. We see it on the move now.
Yeah, he's going to be trying. He's going to see it as well. So I think we might even see Phoenix from this. He's not going to get a surprise Oracle. He's going to try. Life turns around, actually, so he won't get that scout. So the Oracle is just as smart. Zerg's trying to find a way. With this Forge, it kind of gives away the next sort of step in the plan. It's like, okay, you're definitely going for an earlier third base, and you're going to get an earlier +1 behind whatever you're doing, which is going to be that Oracle harassment.
Yeah. Do you see the Oracle popping out now? We do see continuous sentries coming out of that gateway as well. The second one about to finish up here. That Zergling speed that Life is also known for is about to finish up, so he's going to have full control of the map in terms of ground units. But here comes the first Oracle, and there's no defense. There's just one Queen. You got to move those drones, already losing 4 of them. Ooh. Now going down to 5, going to get a 6th one, even going for a 7th one.
Oh, man. That micro... insane. 8 drones go down?
Yeah, man, that was pretty sick.
So much damage, Valdez.
Oracle getting low here. He's got to be careful. He's going to fly out. He's already done his damage, so even if he did die, it wouldn't have really mattered. But the fact that he keeps it alive is going to be pretty annoying for Life as well a little bit later on here.
Yep. 2 more gateways being added, +1 on the way. We're going to see that third Nexus in just a moment. Already see the Mothership core in place, and it's going to go down in just a moment. There we go. not too much of a surprise, especially I'm sure Life is kind of expecting it as he saw that Forge, he saw the Sentry. He's like, yeah, okay, you're playing a pretty greedy build. You're getting that +1 nice and early to deal with my Speedlings. And we're going to see that game kind of just transition into the mid game pretty safely for both players.
Yeah, oftentimes we do see Life try to go really aggressive, especially if a Protoss tries to take a third base like this. But with the Oracle out already, and with the Mothership Core there as well, it's going to be incredibly hard to do that. And he's already taken a lot of drone damage. It looks like Life just wants to play passive here, remake that drone count, possibly take a 4th base in a little bit here. And I'm curious about what tech he's going to go for. And here we go. We do see that Swarmos, or rather the Infestation Pit go down.
I think we are going to
well as the Hydra Den.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Vipers from this. We're going to see a Viper timing a little bit later, because we did see the Roach one go down, the Hydralisk Den, and the Infestation Pit, plus an Evo. I mean, like, he could go Swarmos from this, but it kind of looks like he is gearing up for something a little different.
Yeah, he's also got that Roach speed on the way, so kind of, you know, lean towards that Roach, Hydra, Viper kind of composition you're talking about.
Yeah, but, well, you know, I have been wrong before. He is making a few Hydras and going straight to Hive. So, okay, going to be Vipers. He's going to open up with that at the very least. He always has that option to transition into Swarm Hosts if it does fail. And quite often it does. If the Protoss get a read in it early enough, they get out Templars very early just for the feedbacks, no storms whatsoever, just to cover the Colossi.
Deer went for another roundabout with that Oracle, but he actually did not get the scout on the fact that the Hive is upgrading at the moment. He's definitely gonna want to get that information down with that Oracle. Still flying around, but it still hasn't gone quite into the main base. Looks like he's making a Warp Prism here. May want to go for a bit of a drop while he pokes the front, or maybe some sentries in the Warp Prism. Let's see.
Yeah, it is quite a big mistake, actually, this Oracle not scouting the main base appropriately. He really has to see if it's a Hive coming up. Because if he doesn't know for sure, then he doesn't know to make a Templar Archives very early on. And he just goes into his normal, like, Colossus tech before anything else. He could get really caught off guard. Still no 4th base either for Life, which is a bit of a problem. Moving some Hydras to deal with this Oracle, but I mean, just an Oracle sitting there is all they need to really stop any sort of 4th base going down on this map.
So that Oracle in danger. One more hit will do it, but he does get away. He's poking out on that map right now, Deer is, but he does send the rest of his units back. The Warp Prism is still out on the map. May want to go for a bit of a 4th base cancel, possibly. I mean, already a lot of units out on the map here for Life. So...
yeah, well, he's adding that Templar Archives now. 2 more gateways. I don't think he's planning to be aggressive just yet. I think he kind of senses something going on because there was that really delayed 4th base. He's like, well, you're going to have to make something happen, right? Because we're on equal bases now. And you're probably doing that for a reason. Oracle is going to find out exactly why just now. He sees the Hive. Doesn't see the Vipers, but a safe assumption is there if he needs to take it. And he is seeing the units being made, and Roaches, Hydras.
This is a lot of units for Life. He's moving across the map right now.
50 supply lead here.
Look at what Deer actually has. He has 6 Sentries, 6 Stalkers, a Colossus, and an Immortal. I don't think that's enough, man.
Well, they're going to have to fight now. They cannot just give up the ramp like this, or that 3rd base is just going to be gone.
Lightning Cloud at the bottom of the ramp. Blink is done. The Colossus gets pulled immediately. It goes down. Time Warp is good. But that is a ton of Zerg units, and I don't think that's enough Protoss, man.
There's simply just not enough here. Life has found his window, and I mean, it was completely up to Deer to scout it, and he scouted it like as it was coming towards his base. He's going to be taking down this 3rd base. The units get into the main, but what do you do from here?
Yeah.
You leave the game, Valdez.
That is what you do, man. This is, like you said, I think this is just a scouting problem. He was able to take down that 4th base, but it really does not matter. This Protoss is going to be back here on 2 bases. Life has a gigantic army, almost maxed out here, whereas Deer is on 100 supply. He's got 1 Colossus, and there's twice the amount of Vipers for the amount of Colossi that Deer even has.
Nice Blinding Cloud there. It does manage to save that Colossus for now. And, I mean, it's just a matter of time, I think. Life just trading. He can trade pretty inefficiently because he is so far ahead.
Yeah, he's like squeezing his way up that ramp. He doesn't even care, man.
I mean, look what's left. There's just not enough gas income to really make anything else. And I mean, that the robotics facility is unpowered at this point.
Sickest force field, man. The Colossus crushes it. And, Life is going to push through into the base. Some nice blink micro, but that's not going to do it here. And it looks like Life has taken his first victory on a Protoss favorite map. Makes it look easy. GG. 1-0 to Life.
Very one-sided game. Life looking fantastic as always.
Man, Life just crushes nerds.
Yeah,
He doesn't even make it look hard. He's just like, yeah, I basically just teched to Vipers and then I killed you.
I mean, he
like,
did it,
just Deer just didn't really do anything.
Well, he just
like,
didn't scout it. He's like,
yeah, he didn't scout it. He did good Oracle harass, but then he like sat on 3 bases and just like tech to too many things. I guess he had like not enough units.
yeah. Well, I mean, it really just came down to like him like. He just needed to see the Hive upgrading that early on, but he didn't use his Oracle properly. I mean, he got the initial harassment, which was fantastic, exactly what you need, and he kept it alive, which is exactly what you need to keep scouting, but he just didn't scout the right things. He even saw how late the 4th base was for Life, so we know something is going on.
Yeah, he just didn't respond to the information that was given to him. Life seems pretty confident in this. I would be confident in that if I was him, able to take a game there on Nimbus. What map are we going into now? We're going into Catalina. This is going to be the map for game number 2. Hello there.
Hello, sir.
He's now wearing the English headset. He's got to get that at the booth over there.
I don't think anyone knows they can get it. That's like the biggest problem we have here is like the foreigners come in, but they have no idea where to go, who to ask. But they get to enjoy the Korean broadcast, which is also a lot of fun.
Yeah. Definitely want to do that at least once in your life. Or more than once, because it is actually very enjoyable.